In a shocking incident, another Hindu temple has been vandalized in Melbourne. This is the third incident in about 2 weeks' time that Hindu temple has been painted with graffiti saying anti-India slogans and pro-Khalistani slogans. The early hours of Monday, this temple was painted with graffiti saying Hindustan Murdabad and also death to Hindu places. The last 2 weeks, Victoria has seen at least three such attacks happening, that is saying a lot about the minority communities' insecurity growing up in this area ever since these attacks have started taking place. The local authorities, they have assured that they are going to take some action, but it has been almost 2 weeks and there has not been any concrete action that can be said on record against those perpetrators who have been behind such defacing and vandalism. Earlier, the Indian-Australian community was dismayed with no action or very slow pace of investigation against these attacks. But now, as the number of these attacks are increasing, there is an expectation from Australian government that they will take some action against those people. Talking about the incident, the vandalism of the historic Sri Sri Vishnu temple in Carrum Downs came just within a week of anti-India and anti-Hindu graffiti smeared on the walls of Babs Swaminarayan Mandir in Mill Park. While the incident at the Sri Shiva Vishnu temple in Carrum Downs took place on 16th January, the Swaminarayan temple in Mill Park was defaced with similar graffiti on 12th of January. US-based group 6 for Justice has announced that voting for the Australian chapter of the Punjab independence referendum will be held at the Federation Square in Melbourne on 29th of January. Australia is home to nearly 3 lakh Sikhs, which is forming a substantial population portion of Australia, almost about 0.8%, and probably this could be a reason why these pro-Khalistani movement supporters are trying to find a base in Australia. We have seen earlier these referendums taking place in Canada, in UK, SFJ, and many other organizations being created and growing in USA. But Australia has, in the past few years, Australia has also emerged one of the hotspots where these anti-India sentiments are spreading like wildfire, because the kind of actions that the kind of inaction we can say that is from the side of police is also telling the fact that the political leadership is not very sure or not decisive as to how should they go about these incidents. Because earlier we had seen a statement coming from Australian High Commissioner in India, Barry O'Farrell, where he has said that these are cases of hates and violence, and cases of hate and violence cannot be part of freedom of expression or freedom of speech. And in that context, it looks very normal that action should have been taken against those perpetrators who have vandalized and defaced these temples. But there has not been any concrete action, and that is a concerning fact. And as the momentum is picking up ahead of the vote of pro-Khalistani referendum on 29th of January, pro-Khalistani flags and posters have also surfaced at gurudwaras and across northern and western suburbs in Melbourne. So, and also, while many posters feature the late Sikh separatist leader Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, some of them also display pictures of Satwant Singh and Kehar Singh, who were involved in the killing of the former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in October 1984. So clearly trying to foment an anti-India sentiment in Australia, which is based on one of the largest diaspora of Hindus and Sikhs, and trying to create a secessionist demand of Khalistan and trying to deface Hindu temples is a sign of emboldening that these perpetrators are having confidence that Australian government or Australian local law authorities are not going against them in a very strictest manner, and this is why probably these incidents are occurring this frequently. While Indian government has raised this issue diplomatically both at Canberra and in Delhi, and there has been statements also coming from some MPs or some lawmakers from Australia, but clearly the actions on the ground are not as solid and as assuring as it could have been for the local community of Hindus and Sikhs present in Australia. In a shocking incident, another Hindu temple has been vandalized in Melbourne. This is the third incident in about 2 weeks' time that Hindu temple has been painted with graffiti saying anti